Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Purity. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up. I know you love it and I love reading your comments, and also share this video. Today we are creating this beautiful mesh pants, and we are creating it as one big piece. Okay, and we are using Alize cotton gold yarn. Both yarns, which is white and gold, are cotton gold yarn, and we will use a 4.0 mm hook to crochet, a pair of scissors, stitch marker, tape measure, and a darning needle. So to work on this piece, we will start working from the waist going down. All you need is your hips measurements and you're good to go. And this is how my outfit looks, and as I promised you, it's going to be a very easy tutorial. I said we are using a 4.0 mm hook, and to begin our work we will start first by making a slip knot. And this is how I make my slip knot. And we are going to do chains, and we are chaining as long as your hips measurements are. My hips measurement is 38 inches, and I'm chaining up to 38 inches. Please note, while you chain, you stretch your work a little bit until it reaches to your hips measurements. Okay, so do that, and I'll meet you once you're done with your chains, which is equivalent to your hips measurement. I am done, and when I stretch my work, it stretches to 38 inches. Okay, so as I said, we are chaining up to our hips measurements, and my hips measurement is 38 inches. So when I stretch my work, it goes all the way to 38 inches. Please do not overstretch your work, just give it a little stretch. Once you are done with the chains, straighten your work like this. Make sure it's straight, as we are going to need a big round circle. So stretch your work like this first, and then join the beginning to the end here using a slip stitch like this. Once you've made your slip stitch, chain one, and you'll have this big round circle. And now we are beginning with the work. First, we are working with a row of single crochets all round the circle. So do single crochets all round, and I'll meet you once you're done with your first row of single crochets. I am done with the row of single crochets, and this is how my work looks. So to begin row 2, you need to join the beginning to the end. So this is my last single crochet that I did, and now we want to join together like this, and we are using a slip stitch. okay? So we have joined and we used a slip stitch. We're joining over here, okay, just like this, using a slip stitch. Then you chain 2, then you turn your work. Please remember to turn your work after chain 2, and you are going in with a row of double crochets all round, okay? So do double crochets all round, and I'll meet you at the end of this second row of double crochets. I am done with the second row, which is double crochets, and to join we are joining using a slip stitch, okay? We're joining the beginning to the end using a slip stitch. This is where we join here. Go on top of that chain 2 and join using a slip stitch like that, and then you will chain 2. Always remember to turn your work. So you turn your work, and now we are starting with the mesh pattern, okay? And to start the mesh pattern, we will skip, let me zoom in so you can see clearly. You will skip this first double crochet and go to the second double crochet, okay? Skip this and go to the second double crochet and make a double crochet. Then you chain 1, yarn over, skip this stitch, go to the next one and do a double crochet, okay? Do a double crochet and then chain 1, yarn over, skip this stitch, go to the next one and make a double crochet, chain 1, skip this stitch, go to the next one and make a double crochet. And we are going to work like that all round until we come to where we began our mesh stitch, okay? We're just chaining 1, skipping 1 and making a double crochet. Do that and I'll meet you at the end of the row. I am at the end of the row and we are joining on top of this chain 2 that we did here with a slip stitch like that, okay? Join on top of the chain 2 using a slip stitch like this, and then chain 2, turn your work, and we are doing a second row of the mesh stitch. Yarn over, go on top of that first mesh stitch that we did and make a double crochet. Then you chain 1, yarn over, go on top there of the mesh stitch and make a double crochet, chain 1, yarn over, go on top of the mesh stitch and do a double crochet. Then you chain 1, yarn over, go on top of that mesh stitch and do a double crochet. And we're working like that all round, and I'll meet you at the end of this second row of the mesh stitch. Okay, I'm at the end, and let me just redo this last mesh stitch, and we will join on top of the chain 2, the chain 2 that we always make before we start a new row. That's where we join using a slip knot, okay? Go on top of that chain 2 and join using a slip knot like that. Okay, my yarn is running. Let me just repeat that last time, and then we will start on the next row. Okay, once you're done, chain 2. Please remember to always turn your work and go on top of that first double crochet and do a double crochet, chain 1, go on top of the next double crochet and do a double crochet, chain 1, go on top of the next double crochet and do a double crochet. And that's how we are creating the mesh stitches. Okay, and we are going to work like this until you get below your arse, just immediately below your arse. That's where we will stop working from. Okay, so we are going to work like this until you get to where I said. Then we will start doing the other mesh, which is the diamond mesh. Okay, so do that and I'll meet you once you're done. Okay, I am done, and this is how my work looks. As I said, you're just working until beneath your ass, where your ass stops. That's where we work, and this is how long I went. It's 9 inches, and this is how my work looks. And now we want to start working on the crotch area, the in between our legs. We need to put some stitches before we start working with the diamond mesh. So for size small, chain 15 chains. For size medium, chain 20. For size large, chain 25. Extra large, 30 as you go. So I am size small, I chained 15. So after you've finished and you joined using a slip stitch, immediately start chaining. I said I'm size small, so I chained 15. If you're size medium, chain 20 just after you've joined using a slip stitch. Instead of chaining 2, chain up to your size. Okay, so once you've chained, as for me I chained 15, you're going to take your stitch marker and you have to find the middle of your shorts. Okay, but mostly the middle of the shorts is where we have been joining using the slip stitches. Okay, so you need to find the middle, but the middle is where we have been joining. Okay, so take your stitch marker and put it to this other side like that. Okay, once you have your stitch marker placed and you have your chains done, you're going to join these chains that you did to the other side where we've placed a stitch marker. Okay, so remove your stitch marker and join this other side. Join this other side like this using a slip stitch. Okay, my yarn keeps running, but we just have to repeat this. So you're joining where you remove your stitch marker using a slip stitch like that. Okay, so my yarn is kind of stubborn, but we'll just repeat this until we join. Okay, so I have joined and now we are continuing with the pattern. Once you've joined using a slip stitch, chain 2, and we are going to go inside these chains that we did. As for me, I did 15 chains, and we are going to do double crochets across the chains that you have. Okay, so for me it's 15 and I'm going to do double crochets across all the 15 chains. Do that and I'll meet you once you're done. Okay, I am done, and as I said, we just did a row of double crochets. Once you get here, we will continue with the mesh pattern. Okay, so you chain one. Remember, you're always chaining one to do a mesh stitch on top of a mesh stitch. Okay, so chain one, go in the next stitch and do a double crochet, chain one, go to the next stitch and do a double crochet, and we'll do this all round until we get to where we started our row of double crochets, which is in between our legs. So do this all round, and I'll meet you where we join using a slip stitch. Okay, so I'll meet you once you're done going all around. Remember, we are working with one leg hole at a time, so I will meet you once we are joining here. We are starting to work on one leg hole at a time. Okay, I am done, and we are joining here using a slip stitch. Okay, so go on top of that chain 2 that we did, and we are joining using a slip stitch like this, and then chain 2, turn your work. This is now where we'll be turning from. We are now working from one leg hole. We finish this leg hole, then we go to the next one, and now we just continue with the pattern, which is double crochet on top of the double crochet. Okay, so chain 2, turn your work, and then you do double crochet on top of the double crochet. Remember, now we are working in between the crotch area, and we will just do 3 rows of this mesh stitch. Okay, so go all round. I will meet you once we get here, and we'll go all round these double crochets that we did until we come here where we joined using a slip stitch. So I'm here, and we are also going through these double crochets. So remember, we work with one double crochet, skip the next one, go to the next one, and we are creating another mesh stitch in between the crotch area. Okay, so just do double crochet, skip, go to the next one, chain 1, and do a double crochet, and then we will join using a slip stitch once we get here. So we are here, and we're joining using a slip stitch on top of this chain 2 like this, then chain 2, turn your work, and we are working with a double crochet on top of the double crochet, and I went ahead and did only 3 rows of the mesh stitches in the crotch area. Okay, so this is how my work is coming through. As I said, I'm just going to do 3 rows of this mesh stitch in this one leg hole. So we're going around thrice, and then we'll reattach our yarn and also do the same to this other leg hole. Okay, and make it 3 also. So now I did 1.5 inches in between the crotch area. Okay, as I said, I did 3 rows, which is equivalent to 1.5 inches. And now you are working on the other mesh stitch, which is the diamond mesh stitch. If you are using different yarn, I'm using gold, reattach your yarn. Once you are done slip stitching, you will chain 20 1. Remember where we're doing a slip stitch while you complete your work and turn. So do your slip stitch, do not turn. Instead, reattach your yarn and do 21 chains, okay? Okay, my camera didn't record what I was saying, but I will show you how to do it on this other leg hole. Go ahead and do the 3 rows that you need on this other leg hole, which is 1.5 inches of the normal mesh stitches. And remember, to make the diamond mesh stitch, I'm using this gold stroke brown yarn, which is also cotton gold yarn. And I'm done doing the 3 rows of the normal mesh stitch. I reattached my yarn, then just did the 3 rows of the normal mesh stitch. And now once you've joined using a slip stitch, we are chaining 21 as I said initially, okay? So chain 21. Once you have your 21 chains, you're going to skip 4 meshes, okay? We're going to skip 4 meshes, as in 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And on this 5th mesh space, we're going inside there like this, and we're going to join our 21 stitches using a single crochets, okay? Once you join again, we are going to chain 21. We're now creating the diamond mesh, okay? I call it the diamond mesh because it looks like diamond in the shape. So I'm chaining again 21. I'm done chaining 21. We're going to skip 4 spaces, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th one, you're going to go in there like this and join using a single crochet like that. And then again, chain 21 chains, okay? That is how we create this diamond mesh stitch that goes all the way from the upper thigh all the way to the feet. So chain 21. Once you're done, skip 4 mesh spaces, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th one, make a single crochet and then again chain 21, and we're going to work like this all round, and I'll meet you once we are here so that you can join. I am done and we are here. We want to create row 2 of the diamond mesh, so you're going to join here like this, using a slip stitch, and then we will chain 21, okay? Once you're done, you'll just go to this first diamond that you did, go in the middle, okay? Find the middle part of it like this and take your 21 chains and make a single crochet in between like that, okay? So there is no turning, just do 21 chains, find the middle of the next 21 chains and join using a single crochet. Once you're done, again chain 21, go to the next diamond, find the middle. This is the middle, and find the middle, and we are joining using a single crochet, just like that. Okay, then you chain 21, and the pattern goes like that. So you're going to work like that all round, just joining using a single crochet, chain 21 until you get to your feet. Okay, until it fits you. So you're just working like that all round. And remember, I'm still using my 4.0 mm hook. I haven't changed. Once you've chained 21, find the middle part like this and join using a single crochet. Okay, and as I said, you're just working like this all round. You're going round and round and round. Now they'll not be joining, so you're just working round. There's no joining using a slip stitch. You're just working round as you go, round as you go, and there's no turning your work. Okay, so that is the pattern, and please remember to always count your chains. It should be 21, and then you join to the next one using a single crochet, and please always make sure you join in the next one, which is 21. Okay, so just find the longer ones and you'll go round and round until your pants fit you. So I'll meet you once I'm done. I am done, and this is how my pants look. I went ahead and did the other leg, as you remember. Once you're at the end, you'll go in and stitch in the loose yarn at the legs. So now we want to work at the ribbing at the waist. Reattach your gold yarn in the middle of your pants. In the middle is where we are joining, remember, using a slip stitch. So find the middle. Once you find the middle, reattach your yarn and chain 2. And now we are going inside these double crochets that we made. Remember the double crochets, and the first double crochet we will do a front post, and that's how we do a front post. The second stitch will be a back post. Go in the back of the stitch like this and finish up by doing a double crochet. That's how we do a back post. The next stitch will be a front post. Go in the front of the stitch like this, finish up with a double crochet. That's how we do a back post. The next one, that was a front post. This one is a back post. So we are alternating between front post and back post, and we'll work like that all round until we finish this first row. So I'll meet you once you're done with your first row of front posts and back posts. I am at the end, and we are joining using a slip stitch on top of the chain 2 that we did. Remember the chain 2 that we did before we started doing the front post and back post. So join using a slip stitch, then you will chain 2, and now it will be easier. Wherever there's a front post, we will go in there and do a front post like this. We started with the front post, so begin with the front post, the next stitch will be a back post. Now they're much easier because it's quite visible. So alternate between front post and back posts, and I'll meet you once you're done. And I did a total of 3 rows, so this is row 2. Once you're done with this row 2, join using a slip stitch, chain 2, then do row 3. I did 3 rows of front posts and back posts, so I'll meet you once you're done. So as I said, I did 3 rows of front post and back post. Then go ahead and chain 250. This will be our drawstring. Okay, so chain 250 and leave a long tail at the end, because we'll need to use our darning needle to insert the drawstring to the garment. Okay, so insert the drawstring like this using the long tail that you left. And as I said, I chained 250. You can chain more than that. Okay, and find the middle part. This is the middle part, and put in your drawstring. And we are putting the drawstring at the most top part. Okay, at the top part. So just put in your drawstring like this, in and out as you pull till you are done. And this is how I created these beautiful mesh pants. Okay, I am done, and this is how our pants look. This drawstring is used for adjusting the waist, can make it loose or tight. And this is how our pants look. Go ahead and remove these yarns that are hanging around, stitch them in, and rock these beautiful mesh pants. I'm hoping this tutorial was easy to follow through. Please subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and I also love reading your comments. See you at the comment section. Thank you again for watching. I will see you in the next tutorial. Have a great week. I love you so much. Goodbye.